Ooh, whatto chaps, I'm Magical Mike, and this time I'll be talking about the Twilight Assault, which is the new dungeon path for Twilight Arbor. Instead of getting a new path in addition to what we had, they added this level 80 path in place of the old forward up path. I haven't done that path in forever, and from what I know, people had a lot of problems with it due to the last boss mechanics and bugs and whatever. I haven't done it in ages, so honestly I don't mind that they removed that path and replaced it with this new stuff. Because honestly I doubt that I'll even play this one much either. It's not too long, a full run for the first time for us took us about an hour, but it's long enough to not be worth running to most people. Though the rewards are decent and the loot is worth it. You can actually get exclusive exotic weapon drops in here called Aetherized Nightmare Weapons, I think. They all have unique names and you can just buy them from the trading post if you don't like the RNG. I like anything that glows blue, so these are nice looking skins for me. They also added the regular nightmare skins as drops as well. I got a rabid spear from one chest, which is pretty much useless to me, but it's nice that they've actually added those in. I've said for a long time that they should have put the chance to get dungeon drops in the dungeon chests, so that you can be surprised with some cool loot while grinding up the tokens, and it's nice that they finally have done that. So the dungeon itself looks like it got some visual upgrades, improvements, along with some mechanical ones as well. Nothing to complain about really, but from the couple of pugs that I've joined it seems that a lot of players are struggling for some reason. I don't particularly understand why, because none of this path is really hard if you ask me. But, you know, players don't play as hardcore as some others do. I'll have a video of us figuring stuff out from our first run up soon, so you can see us puzzling it out, but let's talk strategy for now. The Steam Watchers are just an enemy with low health that you should rush down as fast as you can. They summon more Aether Blades from nowhere. They don't just summon them from in the room, they just make them appear out of thin air. And they continue to do that until they die, or if you interrupt them then they'll stop, so mash them into a pulp as fast as you can. The first time you get the Ooze Pheromone is the place where most pugs seem to fall apart. Picking it up will make the ooze follow you, and if it gets a melee attack on you, it'll pretty much kill you in 1 or 2 hits. I don't know which, because I haven't actually been hit by this thing yet. Obviously, don't go in the fire, and your objective is to lead 2 ooze to the door at the same time, all while dealing with the lava elementals that will also attack the ooze. Having someone escort you to kill the elementals is handy, but you can kill the first few before you even start the pulls to give you some breathing room. Just time it right and this part's really simple, and projectile reflects and blocks also work. The first boss uses the ooze mechanics as well. I take it upon myself to grab the pheromones manually because the boss also puts them on random players and can cause a bit of chaos. Slick puts a load of oil on the ground which causes damage over time, and you have to lead the ooze over these patches to clean them up before the damage becomes overwhelming. Sparky lights them on fire, but you can still have the ooze eat them. Take Slick out first, then just clean the room up and kite the ooze while finishing off Sparky. Make sure that the ooze doesn't die, or all the oil that it's eaten, or just 10 stacks of it, will reappear and your day will be wrecked. Completely ruined, because you'll die horribly, and it's not good. Overall, it's an easy boss. Reflects don't work on the spinning move though, so don't waste your time. And if you get sucked in, just dodge away and you'll be fine. These hologram generators are also easy to deal with. Just line of sight the holograms around them and kill them next to it. The explosions don't hurt you, so go nuts. The next boss in this room throws a lot of AoE if you try to range him, so if you stay in melee, he barely does any damage at all. Just watch out for the massive wind up that he does on the spin attack. It sucks you in and he follows you with it, so get out with stability or just dodge away from him. Don't die in this room and you get an achievement for it. Woohoo! The electric floor room is a cool little section, and I'm sure you can work out what to do here. Just have someone with enough range to pull the hologram to the controls at the end. Alright, so the final boss, another part of the dungeon where pugs just fall apart and can't seem to deal with him. Overall I think he's quite easy, but let's go through the strategy. At the start you can stand on the raised areas to avoid the electric floor in this room, and you can kill the holograms there. They explode with enough range to actually destroy the generators without you having to run along the floor. So after the boss breaks loose, just kite him out of the electric middle of the floor and get into melee to deal with it. It doesn't do much damage, and its attacks are all easily dodged, though you don't see me doing a very good job here, and it stops doing one attack if you do the melee strategy. The spinning tops hurt a ton, and I mean they will wreck your day, just like the previous thing that wrecked your day that I've forgotten. But the boss won't throw them if you stand in melee range. He'll only do that if you're ranging him, so stay in melee. Also, don't stand with it back to the middle of the room either, because he picks you up and he throws you behind him periodically, and if you stand with his back to the middle, you'll get thrown into the electric and you'll die. If you see a stacking buff appear on the boss, it's time to pull a hollow to him and kill it. If he gets to 30 stacks, he does a lot more damage and he throws everyone around the room, and I think the floor gets electrified. Just blow up a hologram on him to stop the stacks, and to remove the secondary buff if he gets far enough towards it. Overall, I think the path has some cool mechanics, it's got some interesting cutscenes and some fun fights, but I won't be doing it much past getting the achievements. There's a lot of stuff to do after you beat the boss as well, and it can be quite frustrating if you don't get it all done the first or second time through, but you know, you don't need to do that once you've done it once. Also, a couple of more things that we got a couple of finishes. The Scarecrow finish is cool, but I still won't be paying gems for it. We got some Will Be World stuff that I never pay attention to. We got some junk in the gem store, like a trait reset, whoop-de-doo. And we got 2 new minis that I want, so that I can finish my Destiny's Edge collection. And that's it. If I've missed anything, then it wasn't important to me. Yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.